Welcome to Horsemanship 101 today. I'll talk about two things today, horse memory and tune-ups. And they go together quite a bit. Horse memory, there's a lot of dispute as to just how well a horse remembers things. There's all kinds of scientific articles. There's even books written on the subject, so don't even ask me for links. Go look for yourself. It's all out there. The information is there. It's well established that horses have phenomenal memories. They're not only capable of learning an incredible amount of things, they don't forget. It's just the way they are. So, on the subject of memories, and I've had many personal experiences that would tell me how much they do remember. And on that note, we go to tune-ups, which is, a lot of people think you have to do a tune-up after a horse has been sitting out in pasture for a while before you ride it again because they forget what they've learned. Horses never forget what they've learned, ever. A horse will never forget a single thing that they have learned. And every horse that you see in these pictures going by has been sitting in pasture at some point for a minimum of 3-4 months before I rode it again. This guy right here, he sat for 6 months before I got on him. Did I do anything? Nope, just got on and rode him. This one here, she didn't even get started on her saddle until she was 14, 15 years old. She also occasionally sits for a couple of months at a time. This guy here went several months without getting ridden before I got on him. This one here would sit for, sometimes 2, 3, even 4 months at a time. This one here actually was out for 2 years before I got on her. I didn't realize it at the time. This one here sat for a year. Okay, do horses need tune-ups? No, I've never done one. I don't believe in it. And if you have a friend that tells you that your horse needs a tune-up because you're having behavioral problems with it, the horse isn't the problem. And they also obviously don't know much about horses if they think a horse needs a tune-up. Worse yet is if your trainer tells you need a tune-up, you better get a new trainer because either he's just conning you so he can make more money off you, or he never trained the horse properly in the first place. Because there's only 2 reasons that a horse would ever need a tune-up. One is if it was never properly trained in the first place, which rarely ever happens. Horses don't forget what they've learned. They may learn new bad habits, but they don't forget any of their original learning. If your trainer thinks your horse needs a tune-up, he's trying to get money out of you. It's the easiest money they'll ever make because they don't have to do a darn thing except just run the horse through its paces. Horses very quickly will behave according to the person that's handling them. Your trainer can easily get on your horse and say, oh, look what I've done. I give it a tune-up. It's perfectly well behaved, and for him it will be. You get back in the saddle, you're going to have all the same problems you had before. So, what is most likely, if a horse needs a tune-up, it was either never trained right in the first place, which is highly unlikely if you've ridden it for any length of time without a problem before they started to occur. What is most likely is that you need a tune-up. You need to refine your skills on communicating with your horse. You have taught the horse some bad lessons, that you've allowed it to get away with things that have in turn developed some bad habits over the years or months that now you think, or somebody's told you that your horse needs a tune-up. The horse doesn't need a tune-up, you do. The horse doesn't forget. So tune-ups, they're a scam, the easiest money that a trainer will ever make because horses do not forget a thing. Every single horse in this picture has been set for anywhere from 3-4 months. Well, there's a couple, or even a year or two. Got on every one of them, rode them, just like they'd been ridden yesterday, because I know that a horse does not forget. Occasionally, if it sits for an extended period of time, it might go, hey, what the heck, you're putting me to work? No, I want to sit in the pasture and just play and be a horse. You will get a little bit of attitude for the first few minutes that you're on its back, maybe. Depends on the horse. Every horse is different, but they haven't forgotten a thing they've learned. And once they realize that, oh, I got to start listening to what I'm told, okay, back to work, problems are solved instantly. I've never had a problem with a horse that lasted more than a couple of minutes when I got on its back, no matter how long I'd been sitting. So, horses don't forget a thing. Their memories are phenomenal. They're capable of learning a lot, and you never need to do a tune-up. You might need a tune-up, but your horse sure doesn't. Have a good day, folks.